Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new Jurassic World Dominion video where we have 3 exclusive images to showcase in today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're excited for Jurassic World Dominion and you want to stay up to date with all of the news about this brand new movie. Today is the day of CinemaCon, so we do expect that potentially a new trailer will be releasing sometime soon today. And if not today, fingers crossed for tomorrow when the tickets go on sale. But as for today, Vanity Fair have been very fair, if you pardon the pun. God, that was terrible. Anyways, they've been very fair and they've actually given us 3 new images from Jurassic World Dominion, although I'm not too sure if one of them is an image or not. And that's where I'm going to hop in straight away with this image and ask you guys the question: do you think this image is taken directly from Jurassic World Dominion? As you guys can see, we have Dr. Ian Malcolm and loads of fans surrounding him with what seems to be Dr. Ian Malcolm books. And as we know, Ian Malcolm is a self-known publisher in the Jurassic universe, so he is technically famous and loads of people do know who he is within this universe. However, the person taking the photo, if I can see that correctly, is the screenwriter Emily Carmichael. So either this is a behind the scenes photo shoot and they're just having fun with Jeff Goldblum and not really having it filmed as Dr. Ian Malcolm, or this could actually be a brand new image from Jurassic World Dominion, where Emily Carmichael shows up as a fun little cameo when Jeff Goldblum, or Ian Malcolm, is getting swarmed by loads of fans with his new book. Who knows, but if this is in the movie, it's a great perspective to put onto the moviegoers, or the movie viewers shall I say, about how Ian Malcolm is portrayed within media across this universe. But let's get into some brand new images that I can safely say are taken directly from the movie. As we've seen from the trailer, we know that Ellie Sattler and Dr. Alan Grant will meet within Grant's tent. And this does take place within the same scene as to when they first meet up, because Alan Grant is wearing the exact same clothing and so is Ellie Sattler. But in this new image that you can see, there's a big thing there. A very big thing. Looking into the cage, that is a locust. Yes, one of those locusts that we saw chasing the kids within the Dominion trailer. And one of the locusts that we've already seen with Dr. Henry Wu showing that it's been a dead locust and maybe Biosyn are looking into it. But that is the actual size of a living giant locust, which is going to be a subplot in Jurassic World Dominion. I'm not too sure where they're going with this, it's kind of intriguing to be honest, but look at the size of it. If you hate insects, you're going to absolutely hate this thing in the movie. Typically, I'm okay when it comes to bugs, but definitely not moths or anything that can fly. So yeah, I'm not going to be comfortable with the locusts flying around, but it's going to be fun, and it is seeming to be a huge plot detail. What I can only assume here is that Ellie Sattler actually brought this locust to Alan Grant's tent to show that something's going on. Maybe she heard something about Biosyn creating giant locusts, and she's gone to show it to Alan Grant saying we need to stop Biosyn because we know that they're back on the market or something, and then she's trying to intrigue Alan Grant from the trailer to go onto the mission to find them. But one thing I do want to point out in this image is Alan Grant. He is staring at me, and I'm pretty sure he's staring at loads of you guys. But I'm not too sure why he's looking directly into the camera here. Potentially he could be speaking to someone else in the tent. However, the most important thing about this image is undoubtedly that giant locust. Boy, is it huge. And now we move on to the second image here, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys can see, we have Claire Dearing, Ian Malcolm, Ellie Sattler, Alan Grant, and Kayla Watts. And I believe this is probably a frame or two after from a similar scene that we've seen, I think through a different TV spot or something, or possibly image. I don't know, we're getting a lot of stuff now. But it does seem that they are in a Biosyn facility here, and how do I know that? On the back of what I can only assume to be some sort of monitor potentially. It does in fact have the Biosyn logo here, and it does say used for personnel use only. So I can only assume that they're possibly within the server control rooms at the Biosyn facility, because of all the server ports that you can see on the right hand side in my opinion. But besides that, what can we decipher and break down? In this shot, we don't have 3 main characters in Maisie, Owen, and Ramsey. At first, I genuinely thought this was probably the scene where they arrive from the elevator with Baby Beta strapped to the back of Owen Grady's back, But in that scene, we know that Alan Grant is there, so that logically doesn't really take place here. But I can only assume that they're looking towards Owen going to save Baby Beta, or turning up with Baby Beta for the first ever time, because we do have a TV spot where it has Dr. Malcolm in this scene, may I just say, asking if that's a dinosaur on your shoulder.
Is that a dinosaur on your shoulder?
Yeah. Why?
So I can only assume that everyone here is actually looking at Owen Grady with Baby Beta strapped to his back for the first ever time. Now looking on the left hand side, we saw what seemed to be some sort of forest on fire, and we can only assume that's the Biosyn forest given the lighting of this movie. Unfortunately, we still can't depict if there are any dinosaurs within that image, but I do assume that eventually we will. And one of the last main things that I can kind of point out here is that they're on level 2. So obviously they're in some sort of tower here. They're not on ground level, level 1, level 2 or level 3. Simultaneously, they're just on level 2, which I can only assume is the server room from the background. Now there are some canisters in the background as well. I'm not too sure what they'd be used for, especially given they're on level 2, which can only be the server room. But maybe some dinosaur genomes are stuck within that as well. Now, I did actually end the video just there, but one thing I forgot to mention is that we have a brand new HD look at that Pyroraptor footage that we had in my previous video. Again, just in case for spoilers, skip ahead the video 30 seconds or a minute to avoid this exact clip, as it does spoil some things to do with that Pyroraptor scene. However, here is a full HD look about that Pyroraptor scene. Unfortunately, there is still no audio regarding this clip. I assume eventually we will, but we won't really be posting that on YouTube until then. And if you do want to stay up to date when I do get the audio for that clip, make sure to go follow me on Twitter and turn the bell notification on. And those are pretty much the main details that I can see from these brand new images. If you want to read about the whole article and also the video that they have with all 3 OG cast members returning, feel free to go over to the link in the description to the Vanity Fair website, where they actually discuss all things to do with Jurassic Park if you want an insight as to how that movie was made from the actor's perspective. But as for today's video, thank you so much for watching. I do have another video coming up later today, and potentially much more when a trailer, if a trailer actually releases eventually. But for the time being, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're staying safe out there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.